So, dear confreres, I have the joy to greet you. As I understand, this is a greeting to each one of you. I am finishing today, 19th of November, this short and very loving visit to the province of Hyderabad. And I am very grateful to the provincial and to all the communities in which I have had the joy to visit and to greet confreres. Right now, at the entrance of the provincial house, I was looking at all the pictures of the houses, and I have the joy of saying that I have at least touched half of the houses and communities of the province, which is not so little. So very grateful and very happy to meet the communities and to touch with my hands the real life and the real happening of the charism of Don Bosco in this little part of the congregation. As you know, this is not my first time in India. Little by little I am discovering and admiring and appreciating so much the presence of the sons of Don Bosco all over India. Evidently this visit, that for me is practically the first time I can enter a little bit in depth in the province, has been a sort of tribute of gratitude also to, in the short history of this province, to the confreres who have worked and who have been living here. No? In a particular way, I keep very much in mind the figure of Father Putota, whom I had the joy to visit in Istanbul just few weeks before he passed away in 2009. And going around the province, it is very nice to see and to admire that there have been other Salesians before, with their qualities, with their inspirations, with their capacities of understanding the mission and giving their lives, and that is an enormous patrimony, according to me, of the province. The confreres who have been before us and the confreres who have been working and giving their lives in this part of the Salesian mission. So I recommend very strongly to keep alive the memory of our elder confreres. No? I have seen nice monuments, for example the monuments of Father Abraham and Pitiparo, and the flowers that they gave me, I went to the monument and I put to Father Pitiparo. And also in Mangalagiri there was the monument of Father Thomas, if I'm not wrong, and I took my flowers and I put in the monument of Father Thomas. And what do I mean by this? We need to keep the memory of our province. We need to teach the young generations who have been the founders of the province, and to understand their lives, their intuitions, their perceptions, the way they have done, no? Because this is part of the patrimony of the province. No? On the other side, I have been very much delighted seeing dynamic works and really very Don Bosco works. No? And for me it was a great pleasure to greet and to be close to young people, sometimes with the difficulty of the barrier of language, no? But to see and to touch with my hand this openness of these poor young people whom we are serving and we are close to is really a great delight. So congratulations for the little I have seen. I am really very happy, and congratulations for the work that we are fulfilling. I would say Don Bosco is happy. Don Bosco is smiling. No? If you go to the article of Constitution, the missions councillor is the one trying to help the congregation and rector major in order not to lose the missionary spirit in the congregation. And I think that is a main challenge. No? The future of this province is not only in keeping the missions or reviving the missions, the so-called missions, but mainly to keep alive the missionary spirit of the province. And where do we need the missionary spirit of the province? All over the province. In rural areas, in the urban areas, in the areas where there are more Catholics, in the area where there are less Catholics, we need Salesians of Don Bosco who are full of the missionary fire. How to fill with missionary spirit our institutions and each one of our services. No? And I think that this is a very crucial question. No? How to keep alive the missionary spirit. If we lose the missionary spirit, we are committing suicide in the province. We are killing the province. And so this is, according to me, a very crucial point forward. We are called to be prophets. And Salesian of Don Bosco particularly, remember after General Chapter 27, prophets of fraternity. And so we will never be enough. The number of Salesians in Hyderabad province will never be enough, and we are very much convinced about it. No? But how, even if we are a little flock, no? A little group, how can we be meaningful, and how can we become a prophecy for the youth, and how can we become a prophecy for these times and these people? No? In the ambition of trying to do everything and to cover all the needs and to have sufficient people in all our institutions and not letting anything coming down, we can lose the spirit of prophecy. And we are not called to do everything, I insist. We are called to be meaningful prophets, and particularly meaningful prophets of fraternity. That's why the challenge of our communities, the consistency of our communities, the quality of our communities, rectors and leaders who are really capable to build up communities where fraternity is the base of our missionary work. That is the big challenge. I used to say, when the Lord says that the harvest is rich and the workers are very few, that we need to call for new workers, I used to say, yes, the workers are few, and very often the problem is that they work wrongly. It's not only the problem of the number of workers. Workers are few, and very often they do not know how to work properly. No? So I have the temptation, before asking to the owner of the harvest to send more workers, I used to ask the owner, please help these few workers to work better. First working better, because if you add new workers in a group of few workers who are working wrongly, we are going to have a big group of people working wrongly. And so it is true, we need more hands, we need more workers, but first of all we need that the few we work better. And to work better is to be more prophets in whatever we do and whatever we are. So congratulations for the provincial and to all the leaders of this beautiful Salesian presence, and may God bless you all, and may through the blessing and intercession of Don Bosco, and particularly all the saints, missionaries of our Salesian family, help you to keep alive the missionary spirit in the province. Thank you, and see you very soon.